Hey everybody, Chuck again, continuing on with opinion pieces and practicing for my own taking exams, the different sections of the CTSC exam or practicing for it. And again, like I said, it's an opinion piece as well as we're not using any of the ASCM slides. So this section here, E, in Module 2, is titled Initiate Transformation Workstreams and Projects. And I got to say, in the group that I got together with, that we studied together, we really started getting a little back and forth, interesting discussions. And I'm not sure if it was frustration, lack of clarity, whatever, but we're really scratching our heads in this section. It's about initiating work streams, and we started out, I'll just, read some titles here for each of the major sections. Create project charters, set transformation program kickoff and milestones, develop resource management plans, communication plans, change management plans, etc. And one of the things that had us scratching our head was, shouldn't we have done some of this stuff earlier? Why are we, creating project charters now? Or why are we developing resource management plans? Shouldn't those have been done earlier? And one of the colleagues in our group reminded us in a very thoughtful way that projects are not linear; they're very contextual, and some things have to happen at different points. And because it's not very linear, you've got to think of it like pieces of a puzzle. So when you look at these sections as you're studying, when we, discuss them here together, I think his analogy of pieces of a puzzle, and depends on the context, makes sense, providing you've got these things taken care of. So whether you did them now before you kick off the project or earlier as you did things, that's fine, but they've got to be done before you actually go out and start the project. So in this section here, going to really bring two things together: creating project charters and setting the transformation kickoff and milestone. So we're going to capture two parts here as we go through that. And then we'll move into some of the individual project plans you got to think about. So first one here, then, of course, creating the project charter. And again, whether you did it, you should be doing it now or earlier, depends on situation. Let's not get hung up on that. But here's some of the comments that I saw important from the material. Is number one, collecting business requirements. And again, business requirements, they're used to generate the project scope, objectives. It's a chance to challenge any assumptions that are made during the initial planning. So we want to say, build this, what's it all about, wherever that's done in the process. A second part, we've got to put together the project schedule and the milestones. This is the actual rubber hits the road moment, whether you use Microsoft, Microsoft project or any of the other softwares out there that do project scheduling. We've got to make sure that gets created at that point when there's a full understanding and acceptance and approval, so we know what that roadmap's going to look like. Also, make sure we create the project charter elements as part of this also. So all the pieces that make up these business requirements have to be put together with it. The second part I wanted to cover, to have us thinking about, is transformation project program kickoff and milestones. Somewhere along the line, we're going to have this program kickoff on the transformation. And it should include all of the major participants involved in the project, all the stakeholders. And we have to have a kickoff meeting, of course. And like I said, it should include all the major participants, but it should also cover in it a discussion of the strategic need, what our transformation goal is going to be, the framework we selected to use to help us move forward, any important components, milestone dates, milestone tasks, task responsibilities that are driven out of the project charter. So if we're going to get this to occur on an ongoing successful basis, we've got to make sure it gets off to a good and complete start.